I've got a secret that I've never told anybody. It's cheaper to live in Boston than LA. In this video, I'm going to talk about 10 things you need to know that are just different about California and Massachusetts. Obviously, California has been a place that everybody's got to move to, and it's gorgeous and it's beautiful. I love vacationing there, and my in-laws live there. We take my son there to visit. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's one of my favorite places. So, I do love it there because I get to spend so much time there. But just in 2020, about 650,000 people left the state of California. And as I'm sure you've heard from Joe Rogan to many others, many, many people are now leaving. Where does a majority of them go? Right here to Massachusetts. So we are seeing a huge influx. In fact, almost 30,000 people that are moving from California are coming right here to Massachusetts. So if you're relocating to Boston, what's up, everybody? This is Joe with the Turco Group right here in Massachusetts, right here in Boston. And if this is your first time to this channel, I want you to know everything about working, eating, sleeping, living, playing, and what it's like to live here in Massachusetts. So if that's what you're looking for, make sure to tap that subscribe button, click the little bell so that you're notified every time we do a video, and that way you're notified when a new video comes out. Honestly, we get so many phone calls, texts, emails every single day from people who are relocating here, and I absolutely love it. It's the highlight of my day hearing from you guys. So if you're thinking about moving anywhere in the greater Boston area, relocating or coming here to stay, make sure that you give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email, or even send Paul Revere. Days, nights, weekends, however you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when moving to Boston. All right. So why do so many people from the state of California relocate here to Boston, Massachusetts? Well, let's go over 10 statistics. These are reasons why people are just coming here in droves. They're leaving the Sunshine State, and yeah, it's really cold here. So sometimes I'm not quite sure why either. Oh, I know. Let's talk about the cost of living in Boston versus LA. Well, both cities plan on raising their minimum wage to $15 an hour. The cost of living in Boston is about 6% lower. Let me break it down for you. The median home price in LA is $980,000. Well, in Boston, it's only $868,000. Yeah, I know. I said only. We have expensive prices. So if you're coming from LA, you're going to be thinking this is great. But if you're coming from anywhere else, it's going to seem, well, repulsive. Let's be honest, guys. We are an expensive area. So is LA. And that's one of the reasons why people love relocating from LA to Boston right now. You are definitely getting more bang for your buck. And that price drops considerably the further you get from downtown Boston, where prices are averaging right around $620,000. The number two thing about Boston, Massachusetts is that the income tax is tiny compared to California, but it is, considerably lower, especially because California has one of the highest income tax rates at 13.3%. And Massachusetts is only at 5% yet. Get that, 5%. With a lower income tax, it is quite a bit of savings. Though you will find that there is, a slightly higher cost for things like groceries and utilities. And, on average, it's almost 24% higher on those things. And, some of the other ones like alcohol and restaurants and entertainment are about 25% higher. So let's keep cruising, guys. We are, getting after this like all those guys down in Southie get after the parade. So number 3 thing is just the plain beauty of Boston, and it's super green. Yes, it snows here, and on average, we get about 50 inches a year, which means over 4 feet of snow. And that's, about 5 rough months. So it's not like people think where it's freezing 10 months out of the year, or people complain that it is. It doesn't rain and snow every single day. It isn't that gloomy. It's actually really nice and is super green, and you still have all the beauty of the ocean. It's just, a short trip to the east, and, you can also go over to like Blue Hills and other hiking areas and walking trails. And it's just the best of both worlds for being right here in Boston. And I know everyone talks about California, sunshine every single day, and the weather is, a boring, monotonous, sunny and 80 plus degrees every day, which, believe it or not, gets really tiring and really boring. But that's the other thing, is nobody talks about California and says, hey, that Los Angeles summer has record heat of 120 degrees and in a constant state of drought with lowering water tables every single year. And, with that comes things like the wildfires that turn into, mudslides and rainy seasons. So, let's be honest. Most Bostonians will tell you the best part here is living and having 4 seasons, sometimes all in the same day. But, that's another conversation. But here's the thing. During the spring, the city's parks are, just bursting with like color, all the flowers are in bloom. And, the fall brings out all of those picturesque scenery shots. And what you're getting to is all of those wannabe Instagram influencers taking really bad pictures of leaves. It is wicked funny. And like, I'm not going to lie, I walk around with clients and half the time we just laugh. And I'm sorry, Instagram influencers, if you want to come move to Boston, we'll work with you too. But just don't take the cheesy shots, especially on Acorn Street. But let's get to number 4, because here's the thing. All right. I'm not laid back. Maybe a little bit. We're laid back, we're chill, but not kind of California chill. And even though Bostonians are known for being like very outspoken, very direct, and Boston is actually one of the more laid back cities that you can come and live in the nation. You'll hardly ever find people that are in a rush here, mostly because traffic doesn't let you. And, it's not that bad. Like, let's be real. That's the number 1 comment we get from all of the clients from California or other big metros on the West Coast, that, the traffic here is, I don't know, not as angry, which I have a problem with, because like I've seen more craziness on like the J-Way or in Southie or in some of the different places. So, I mean, even though that's what my clients are telling me, I'm just going to agree to disagree. But that's the thing is, barring any wrecks in rush hour traffic, you can get anywhere in about an hour. And here's the thing. The thing about our traffic here is that you're always somewhat flowing. If you're actually driving against the main traffic, you're going to get where you need to fairly quickly. Number 5, let's get into this. Public transit. We are ranked number 5 in the entire nation for public transit. Here in Boston, we have such highly developed public transportation systems, from the trains, Ubers, electric scooters, and one of the most bikeable cities in the entire nation too. So it's one of those things where if you're not using public transportation here in Boston, what are you doing? But what you'll see a lot of people doing is biking to where they need to go. All of the public transport is, just absolutely one of the nation's leaders in what helps with our traffic too. So you'll see a ton of professionals using these just as different options to commute. And it's, to and from work, for leisure, going out, the roof tech bars in like the seaport, that's how you're getting to them. And most of the time they're somewhat clean, supposedly. I know, I'm not even convinced of that myself. Like, I'll be honest with you guys, like the red line is gross. Like it's really gross. But it's different. It's different than California, let me tell you. So let's just hop into number 6. And that is 10% of the state of Massachusetts is all parks. Now, what does that mean? That means you can enjoy all the forests and rivers and, hiking trails that Massachusetts has to offer. And Massachusetts has so many just giant places that it's kind of amazing. Like there's so much land here that's open to you. And, what do you like to go to? Go mountain biking, hiking, fishing, skiing, snowboarding, going to beach. There's just so much land for you to play here with, and it's just kind of crazy. So number 7, Massachusetts residents consider themselves the most satisfied with their lives in the entire nation. Number 1 in community well-being rankings. Massachusetts also ranked high in other categories. And, those are things like financial well-being, social well-being, physical well-being, housing, transportation, and, healthcare access was also ranked number 1. So overall, people are just happy here. And I know you wouldn't think that, especially like with the weather and, all the Matt Damon movies and, things like that. But you'll meet a lot of great people here. And it goes back kind of to the chill thing. People just chill here. It's really laid back and it's a lot of fun. All right, so let's hit number 8. What makes Boston so great is its history. It's the city where the Revolutionary War was planned and initiated. You can follow the Freedom Trail to many historic sites that kind of highlight Boston's role in the war for independence. There are also many historic houses. And I mean, you can almost always go and do like a fun graveyard tour of some of the founding fathers, especially around Halloween, because they're all buried here. Now, Los Angeles has some great museums, but nothing really compared to what Boston offers. And Boston is literally where patriotism all started. And it's woven into the very fabric of our city. It's a rich history that will make you proud to be an American, but also to be a Bostonian. Like, we're wicked patriotic. We even named our football team the Patriots. Like, let's be honest. Like, seriously, for real. Number 9 is another thing that makes Bostonians proud. And that's obviously our sports teams. And they love representing, home turf. You don't have to be a Red Sox fan to watch a game at, our famous and one of the oldest stadiums, Fenway. It was built in 1912, and let's be honest, it's the oldest major league stadium that's still used today, and it's, hosted the World Series 11 times. 11 times, people. Just make sure you leave your Dodgers hat at home. Here in Boston, we can say, let's be honest, we're passionate. We're not going to let you get away with that kind of crap. And it's one of those things too, where, we don't talk about anything other than winning, because we're a city of champions. Football is big here, and with the Patriots winning so many Super Bowls, you can understand why. If baseball and football are not your thing, Boston has, obviously the Celtics, as well as Bruins hockey, some of the most passionate fans, one of the original 6 hockey teams. And well, I know LA has the Lakers, but the Celtics are just hands down way better, and you don't have to watch LeBron. So, I guess you can say we're a city that doesn't really like flip-flopping or, falling down on the job. The last but not least, number 10 is, honestly, it's the beers. That's right. Not only are we known for our breweries, but there are 100 of them locally. And that doesn't really apply to the ones that are a little further away, just around Massachusetts. Because Massachusetts has so many different breweries, if you really like beers, it's endless here. And what they do is, and I have a lot of good friends who work for them, and they're super competitive. And one of them works for one of the distributors, and they go around here, and in order for these stores to compete with the bigger stores, they want as many different beers as they can get on the shelf. You can go into just a ton of different stores and just have hundreds of different options, because let's be honest, here in Boston, so many people are beer snobs. The beer here is unbelievable, and that goes hand in hand with the food. And don't think that you could find a better food and beer scene anywhere else in the entire nation. Almost every day, it seems like there's a new restaurant or a new brewery popping up somewhere, and it's unbelievable. And if you walk some of the main streets, you'll just see how many alone. They're everywhere, and they're all super family friendly. Not too many of them are makey family friendly, that they save for the to go home orders. But anyways, all right, so all in all, it's a chill, fun place to be here in Boston. There is plenty to do. The traffic, we complain a lot, but it's not always as bad as comparing it to the 405 freeway in LA. And the cost of living due to home prices is going to make your life so much easier and so much better. Those are all the things we love helping you with privately, but the only way we can help you is to, reach out. So you can give us a call, shoot us a text, send us a message, send us an email, days, nights, weekends, whenever you want to reach out. We got your back for moving to Boston. I hope this was fun. And let's just say this. I know it's going to be one of those unpopular opinions, but Boston is way better than LA. Until the next video, guys, I'll catch you later.